What's going on, everybody? We're finally at the best part of the course. Now we're gonna be going over the haircutting section, and this is where it gets super exciting. You put all that work in, you listen to me ramble about all the equipment, all the terms, all the sanitation, and now you have it all. So you're finally ready to start cutting hair. And this is the best part of the section because you get to put your knowledge into action. For this video, we're actually gonna be going over a simple mid-bald fade with some shear work on top of the head. I'm gonna teach you a little bit of clipper over comb also, just so you know how to do that blend into the crown area. This is the best part of this section. You're finally here. We're gonna be going over all the haircuts that we can do in the further videos. Follow our Instagram and YouTube page at the Phoenix Barber. I'm gonna see you guys in the video. Let's get right to it. Enough talk. I'll see you guys there. Peace.
So for this one, we're gonna be doing a mid-ball fade. So make sure you take your neck strip, put it along your person's neck, and put the cape over the neck strip, and then button it down. Now the reason I'm choosing to do a mid-ball fade is because if you can do a ball fade in general, then you can do any haircut. Just pay attention to the fading technique because you use the same fading technique for anything. So right now we're starting with the clipper close. You saw where I pointed it out against the temple, so it's a mid-ball fade. So you want to start at the temple and just bald it out straight across. And make sure that you're just making a nice guideline. And always keep in mind that you don't want to go too high on the fade because you don't want to go past that crown area. So I was brushing out the hair just to see if there's anything that I miss, any hair that I miss. Now I'm just working my way along the bottom of the head with the lever closed. And I'm just finishing out, just balding him out. Making sure it's nice and even. The nicer your guidelines are, the easier it is gonna be when you go back and fade. So right there, I kind of just wipe the sweat off. Now, you grab your trimmers and you just re-go over where you balded out the hair, just because your trimmers hit a lot closer than your clippers. So I'm just cleaning up where we balded out the hair with the trimmers. So right here, you don't want to go past that crown area. When you do your fade, you want to hit your fade like right below the crown area with the mid-ball fade. So when I set my next guideline, I'm going to go 1/4 inch up of where we balded it. So the next guideline is going to be with the lever open, and I'm just going 1/4 inch above that bald guideline. And I'm setting my next guideline nice and even, making sure I'm hitting all the hair right underneath it. You can see my other finger just pulling down the skin just so the clipper hits it a little easier. I'm just working my way around, setting an even guideline, brushing the hair out to see anything that I missed. Make sure your brush is sanitized and clean. Going back over the guideline to see anything that I missed. Now I'm getting my one guard with the lever open, and I'm setting the next guideline just another 1/4 inch above it. And see how we're getting close to the crown area? I want to keep that in mind because I don't want to go up past that crown area. And you can see the crown area kind of starts where his hairline is pointed, so you don't want to go past that. So brush out the hair, same process. Now I'm going to the 1.5 guide with the lever closed, and I'm just going slightly above where we made that guideline with the one guard, just slightly above it. Because you want this to blend into the crown area. Now when I show you the clipper over comb technique, you can do a clipper over comb technique with any any guard as long as it's past a 2. A 2 and past, you can use your clipper over comb technique. So we're getting really close to the crown area. I have this 1.5 guide with the lever open, which if you saw the guard system, it's a 2. And I brought it up right next to the crown area. So now that we have our guide set, I'm brushing out the hair, seeing where it all flows the correct way. Now I'm gonna work my way down. So right here, that's where I set that one guard guide. Now I'm gonna go halfway closed in between that guideline. So we set that guideline with the one guard open. Now I'm going in between, being very careful. I'm hitting just in between the guideline with the lever open and the guideline with the one guard open. I'm just going right in between it. Now I'm slowly making my way down with the one guard closed, and I'm gonna hit that bottom line because that bottom line was with the lever open. So to get rid of that bottom line, you wanna use that one guard closed. Then we'll go out down to the 1/16 guard and slowly make your way down. So it's that same process. It's open, halfway, closed. Open, halfway, closed. When it's open, you're setting your guide. When it's halfway, you're hitting that in-between spot. And when it's closed, you're hitting that bottom line under the guide. So just remember that. That's very important. Right here, I'm just kind of hitting any dark spots that I see with the corner of my clipper. And just for demonstration purposes, I'm only doing one side of the head. Normally I'd make my way all the way around. So now I'm going halfway with the clipper. Yeah, so just remember, like, clipper open, you're making your guide. Clipper halfway, you're hitting in between the guide that you just made. Clipper close, you're hitting the bottom line from the previous guide. So we set our guides, and I did that same process, making my way down. You set your guides, and then you fade down. So now I'm just kind of finishing it out. Seeing any dark spots. If I see a dark spot still, you wanna be safe, and you wanna use a guard that's bigger and slowly work your way down until you hit that dark spot. Because if you use a guard that's smaller, thinking like it might be it, and then you hit the hair and it was too short, then you completely mess up the haircut. So for the clipper over comb technique, because we're going into the crown, you want to hold the comb with your 2 fingers and then use your middle finger as a guide. So you push the comb into the hair, and then you use your middle finger to push off the head until it matches up with the 2, or at least matches up with the hair beneath the crown area. So right here, I'm pushing the comb in. Because the flat top comb is technically a 2 and up. That fade that we did right below the crown area was a 2. Now I can blend the hair. So I'm using my clippers. You can go up and down or side to side across the comb. I normally go up and down for detail and side to side to get the bulk of the hair. And I'm just working my way around the head. And you want to make it just straight up along the head. You don't want to bring it inside. Brushing the hair which way it naturally flows, going back into it, using that middle finger to push off the head while you're holding the comb, and all the excess hair you're just hitting with your clippers. So you want that hair to match up with the 2 and make the hair just go straight up across the head. Going right into it. Now I'm brushing all the hair out the way it naturally flows, just touching up the haircut. But as you can see, where we did the fade with the 2, we ended with the 2, and then I used a clipper over comb to finish out the fade into the crown. And now I'm just finishing out the head, the rest of the head. And just like I said, I normally only do that one side just for demonstration purposes, but when you make your guides, you want to just work your way all the way across the head instead of just one half at a time. And if you look closely where I blended it with the flat top comb, the clipper over comb technique, it blends directly into the longer hair. So anything past a 2 guide and up, you can use a flat top comb. So let's say you wanted to do a 3 guard and then blend it into the top of the hair. So for this part of the haircut, we're doing the shear technique, just a shear trim. I'm brushing all the hair forward, whichever way it naturally flows, with the cowlick in the back. You want to get your shears, ring finger through, pinky, and then thumb. That's how you properly hold it. Now when you're cutting the hair on top, you want to make sure it's nice and wet, that way your guidelines are even. So you want to get your spray bottle, spray the top of the head, make it nice and wet. And you're combing all the hair the way it naturally flows. So you want to pull all the hair forward. So you want to brush it all forward, and you're using your other hand and you're grabbing the front of the head and you're pulling it forward from the forehead, just straight forward. And then however short you want it to be, that's going to be your first guideline. So you're setting your first guideline by pulling all the hair forward from the forehead, and you are taking off as much hair as the person wants taken off, and you want to make it just straight across the forehead. So you want to pull all that hair forward and make a nice even line across the front of the forehead, and just keep brushing it forward. And that's your first guideline. So remember that. Brush it forward. And then now you're going to work your way back. So think of the crown as like 3 different sections. There's a middle, there's a left, and there's a right side. So we made our first guideline when we brushed all the hair forward and we took off however much that you want to take off. Now we're going to work our way back. So we're going to go from the front to the back, pulling the hair. We're going to start in the middle. So we're going to pull the hair straight up from the head, straight up from the head, not straight up from you, but straight up from the head, because your head is an arc. And then when you see the hairs, when all the hair is straight up from the head, you're using that guideline from that first guideline that you set in the front, and you're just going to match it from the front of the head all the way to the back, and you're going to work your way back from the middle part of the crown first. So right now I use that front guideline that we use, and I'm just using that to see how much hair I need to take off, and I'm working my way back, starting from the middle part of the crown. So when you make your way back from the middle, you want to brush all the hair forward again, make sure it's nice and wet. You always want to brush the hair forward when you're doing the trim on top, and then you can easily go through it coming back. So now I'm going to work on the left side of the head, pulling the hair straight up from the head, taking off however much I need to take off to make it match that front guideline that we just did in the beginning of this. That way all the hair is even on top. Brush the hair all forward, work the right side. So we did the middle and the left, now we're going on the right side. Brushing all the hair forward. So to recap, we did the first guideline in the front. Now we did front to back, the middle part of the crown, the left part of the crown, and the right part of the crown. Now we're gonna go side to side. So the same thing. Start from the left side, make sure it's all even, work your way back, side to side. That way everything is even. And now we're working the middle part of the head, seeing if it all matches. There's like little bits of hair that aren't matching. You want to brush the hair forward, pull the hair up, using your comb, brushing it up, checking to see if the hair is even. If it's not even, that's the part we're taking off. So you can see it right here. And just like when you went front to back with the 3 sections of the crown, now you're going side to side with the 3 sections of the crown. And then you can double check, triple check the whole head, make sure all the hairs are even using those techniques. And when they're all even, then that's how you trim the top of the head. Now all the hair is even on top with the shear trim. The sides are blended. Now we're gonna do a lineup on the front. Now you don't have to do a lineup. Some people like it, some people like it natural. It just kind of cleans up the baby hairs in the front. So you wanna start in the middle. Just imagine an imaginary straight line across the head. And you're just hitting the baby hairs in the front. Don't push it back, you're just hitting where it's natural. And then right here, we're gonna arc it. I go over lineups a lot more in detail in the high taper video when you get to it. This is just a quick cleanup for this individual's haircut. So we hit all the baby hairs in the front. Just imagine a very straight line in the front. You might need to step back a little, look at it, because when I was first learning how to do lineups, it would always end up crooked. So just take your time on it, because you don't want to push the person's hairline back, and you want to make sure it's straight, and you just want to hit the natural parts of the head. And this is how you do a mid-ball fade with the trim on top and using the clipper over comb technique. That is the full haircut. So after the haircut, you want to dust all the hair off with your neck duster. Then you want to get your trimmer and trim all the hairs on the neck that the cape was covering. And then to sanitize the head, you want to take that neck strip, put alcohol on it, make sure it's 70% proof alcohol and up. Put alcohol all over the neck strip and wipe the head wherever the clippers touched. Just make sure it's just really sanitized. Make sure the head's clean, that way there's no bacteria getting into the pores. Hit all the sides of the head, hit the forehead, just make sure it's really clean. And that'll finish out the mid-ball fade. Thank you guys for joining in.